Yo, 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 yo. Just wanted to make a video on my 20-gallon aquarium. This is the very first time I've ever actually set up a full aquarium, so I'm kind of proud of it. Everything in this aquarium is real, all real plants. There's nothing fake about it. No CO2 and really maintenance free. I've got a single sponge filter in the back, and then I've got this sun filter here. I've never changed the filter media. I've never turned it off. It's been running for about a year straight, and it just comes out of these glass lily pipes. I do have some pothos plants growing out the top, which helps lower some of the nitrates. But overall, I did around 2.5 inches of just aquarium rock, mixed it with some sand. I used to use some root tablets here and there, but I haven't done that in months. You can see there's a couple leaves on the sword in the middle that are melting off, but nothing too bad. Like I said, no CO2, so everything just kind of keeps growing by itself. The ground cover, again, I don't know what all these plants are called, but the ground cover, I planted it in random spots and it really took off. It looks awesome. I like the look of the grass look. Some 3D printed things in the bottom, allow the fish to kind of dig down, I guess. And then I just planted everything super dense. So every time I would trim stuff, I would replant it down. Now I don't replant anything in here. Everything is either trimmed and gone to taken out or put into my 55-gallon in the basement. But I want to say there's probably around 50 to 60 shrimp in here. There's probably 20 bandit cories in the back now, and then probably about 20 various fish. It's 100% a community tank, defying all of the guides online. Everything I guess I do is completely opposite in what you're supposed to do as a beginner. I never used any chemicals to set it up. I've always just used filtered, dechlorinated water, and I think that's probably one of the most important things, is building the bacteria up, building the whole ecosystem, and building everything and creating it all so that it can sustain life. I think when you start to add all those synthetic things, I think you're synthetically doing it, and it's not always the correct way of doing it. I think these low maintenance tanks kind of just keep themselves going. Like I said, I don't have to clean the glass. I don't do anything in this tank. It is 100% self-running. And same with my 55-gallon in the basement. Again, all the fish mingle together. They're not fish that would normally see each other. I am overstocked from what they say, but I am filtering my tank. So I think that's also important, would be making sure that you have a large enough filter to over-filter the tank to make sure that your water is always clean. But like I said, I used to add some root tablets and some liquid nutrients here and there. I haven't done that in months. I have just a cheaper Amazon light up top on some nice light risers that you guys can get on my Etsy. And then I just let her go. As soon as the water gets to about here where you can start to hear the water rushing out of this lily pipe, I'll start to fill it back up with dechlorinated filtered water. But other than that, I don't add any chemicals to it, and I just let this go. It's not the normal way of setting up an aquarium. I know all the guides online say these other ways to do it. I was actually kicked from a lot of Facebook aquarium groups because of my methods, and I just think this works. You can see the shrimp over there on some moss. We got some Christmas moss in the back, which really promotes the breeding. And I used to really promote adding some leaves and stuff in here to increase the bacteria. All that healthy, the healthiness, everything that you would see in a natural lake or a natural pond where fish and wildlife thrive is what you're trying to recreate inside the aquarium, right? We don't synthetically add stuff to our lake, so why would we do that in here, right? The fish love it. golden gourmet there. You got a candy cane tetra. There's definitely a lot of snail action in here, but that's fine. Snails are awesome. The shrimp are breeding, so now I've got wild shrimp in here. We've got blue, whole bunch of different colors. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys a video. I know some people have been interested. If you guys have any questions, really need to water that Monstera, but ignore that. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, I'd love to hear them in the comments. I know, Tiki. I know, Tiki. You want the video on you. It's my Indian ring neck. Tiki. Alright, guys. Peace, love, and cheers.